So following on from the previous video, we were trying to sketch this function here, and so far we know that this bit here will be a positive, very small number. It's coming from a positive, very small number. So it's not coming from down here. It's not coming from up here. It's not coming from down here. We know that it's going to be a very small, but a positive small. So we know it's going to be something like this. We know it crosses here. and now we need to consider what happens when x tends to infinity. So when x, what happens when x is in this region here. So now we're going to consider what happens when x heads towards infinity. So now look at this. Now consider as x tends to infinity. So let's put a ridiculously big number into our original function. So remember, our original function was f of x equals x natural log of x squared. Okay, so when you put a very big number into here and into here, it will give you this. Okay, and then blah, it will take you to here. Okay, and then once you're here, you can see that once you're here, you can see that, well, this thing here is very big, and if you look at the graph of y equals x here, this thing here is going to get bigger and bigger. This bit here is definitely going to get bigger and bigger. And then when you look at this bit here, this bit here, the graph of that bit here looks something like this. As x tends towards infinity here, yes, this bit is still getting big. It's getting bigger. It's growing, but not much. It's growing slowly, but who cares? It's still growing. So you've got something that's very big, and it's growing fast. And you've got something that, yes, it's growing. Okay, maybe it's growing slowly, but it's still growing. So you've got something that's very big times something that's ultimately heading towards infinity. So overall, the whole thing here heads towards infinity. When you get to this stage here, you can tell that it is heading towards infinity. Okay, you may have to pause it and think about it, but when you get to this stage here, you can tell it's heading towards infinity. And also something else so something else that tells you that it's heading towards infinity is this. If you look at the original functions like this, the here, that's this graph here. This bit here is this graph here. So you've got a graph that's going towards infinity here, and this is also heading towards infinity. So when you get very big times something that is also getting big, the overall thing will be very big. So actually, come to think of it, this argument here is pretty much the same as this argument up here. Okay, so basically, as x tends towards infinity, f of x is heading towards infinity. So looking at our graph here, we know it's going to do something like this. We know it crosses here, and we can now conclude that it's heading towards infinity. Okay, so as x tends towards infinity, this is also heading towards infinity. Okay, I will continue in the next video.